Dani here. Sorry about the sound. I did try desperately to hook up my microphones to my camera, but unfortunately I don't have the right plugs still, 'cause life. So my AC is running. That is the whirring that you're hearing. It's hot here in Louisiana, so I'm sorry about the humming in the background. Hopefully it won't be too distracting, but I am trying to fix that, so bear with. Again, learning curve. I'm having to rework all the things. But today I wanted to kind of do, in the spirit of Lisa, her deck roundup for the month. This month I got in quite a few interesting decks, and I really wanted to share those decks with you, but like I didn't want to do like one. I just kind of wanted to do like a mixture and kind of talk about a few of the different ones that I have and how I've used them and what I'm thinking so far. So here we are. So it is the 31st of May. So I'm doing really good. I don't have anything else coming in today. That'll be for June. I have been buying quite a few decks lately. A lot of mass market, coincidentally, because I've been really impressed with what's coming out. And then I also grabbed a few Etsy decks, some of which I have to wait a while for. I do have a couple of decks that are in the process of being made, or they were pre-ordered, so I didn't get those in, but I do have 5 that I got in this month and I have been using and absolutely enjoying. At least I think it was this month. Yeah, it had to be. I don't know. What is time? Anyway, grab you a coffee or whatever it is that you're drinking, and let's get to it. So, my first one that I want to talk about right now is this here, the Squid Cake Marseille Tarot. Everybody's been talking about it. Lisa made me do it. I did talk about this a few times. I don't know if it was on my channel or through Fat Readers, which is a collaborative channel. Links down below. If you haven't seen it, you should watch it. It's real fun. It's me and Dustin from Modern Metaphysique and Lisa from Lisa Pepes. It's a hoot. But we talked about this a little bit. But I also talked about this deck in my quirky decks. And so this is one that is newer to my collection, but I have been using the crap out of. Sorry, I'm trying to find like non-pips. But this is a Marseille deck, obviously. It is mass market. I love the size. But most of all, I love this guidebook. Holy crap nuggets, do I love this guidebook. So, especially anyone newer to Marseille, and I know a lot of people have been talking about this, so I won't spend a lot of time, including myself. I think I talked about it quite a bit. But one of the best things about this deck in particular is how they treat the minors. I just think it's so smart, the way that it's written, because you also get visually with pips, and I think that's so important because a lot of times, especially when learning Marseille, a lot of people forget about the fact that like, oh well, it's just 4 wands, but it's not. There's a particular way that they're set and those shapes, and then there's extra stuff on the card, and most Marseilles have that. There's a reason behind, not all, but there is a reason, especially Marseille, there is usually a reason behind why they are set in the way that they are. Whereas other pips, sometimes, yeah, it's just kind of, hey, here's 4 wands. But not all of them are like that, and I think that that's really important to understand. And so this is a great guidebook. Along with this is Rockpool that produced it. It's a really great little deck, and I've been using the crap out of it. I've been studying the guidebook, just putting those extra things in my brain, and I really have been enjoying it. So that was the first one I wanted to share because I know you guys have seen me talk about it. The rest I don't think I've really talked about. The only one would probably be this one. This is another mass market, the Fifth Spirit Tarot. I've said this every time I've talked about this deck. I don't know why I have slept on this deck for so long. Having it in my hand, I should have bought it when it was an indie deck, but regardless, I don't care. I have it in my hands now, and that's all that matters. Because I love this deck so much so far. I've used it for myself. I've used it for others. Matter of fact, last night I used, well, 3 of these decks reading with my Mystic fam. Every month we do member readings, and we use this deck. The readings were spectacular. Everyone seemed to absolutely love this deck. But my favorite part about this is that it's modern without feeling modern. I don't know. Because there is an absence of people for the most part in the minors, I think it's really impactful what's being shown on these cards. Like, look at that. 6 of Pentacles. We have the donation box. All the sparklers for the 6 of Wands. And then we have all different bodies, abilities, skin colors. Okay, Knight is on the bike, but it's not a motorcycle. We just have a really great representation of what the cards mean without, I don't know, without the people aspect. And I feel like for whatever reason, I can look at this and it feels otherworldly and modern. And I think that that's what it does. It, like, yes, it feels modern. Like, the High Priestess is one of my favorite cards. I love her so much. But, like, it's modern, but it still feels esoteric, I guess. I don't know. I don't know what I'm trying to say. Only that I know it's a modern representation of the tarot, but it doesn't feel too far away from me. I don't know. I just, like, look at that. Things kind of taking over this 4 of Pentacles. It's like rooted in there. Love this. It's definitely been one of my most used decks this month. Since I got it, I've been using it. Like I said, I used it with my members. It reads so well and so clearly without being intrusive, and 10 out of 10 would recommend. Now, I will say, another one, not like, oh my god. Okay, so not like the Millennial Tarot, which, can I just say, I put it into practice. I know, side rant. Okay, so if y'all don't know what I'm talking about, it's right here. I have the guidebook right here. I put it back in its little pouch a while ago. For those of you who don't know, so this is another one that came in that I showed on my channel. There's a full kind of walkthrough of it if you haven't seen it. So this is supposed to kind of mimic the old size of an iPhone. But I complained about shuffling. Okay, so I tried to shuffle this deck for my members last night. And when I tell you, it was 3 out of the 4 times or 2 out of the 3 times, whatever, that I used it a few times. More times than not, trying to shuffle, I threw all the cards on the ground. Multiple times. They just fell all over the ground. But I love that doggone deck so much, I don't know what to do about it. But I said all that to say, this is a very thick deck. And while it's not horrible to shuffle, it does take some strength, and it is kind of stiff. But I feel like this is one, like, the more I use it, the better it's gonna get, because there is a little bit of pliability to it. As I just totally messed up one of the sides. It's no big deal. This is my deck. It's fine. But like I'm trying to get this one to kind of loosen up. I'm hoping that it does. Because it's a great size. It's a really good cardstock. So like it's, I don't know if you can hear it quite, but you can see with the light that it's kind of a matte style finish. Even the backs. I don't know if you can hear that. Again, my stuff is hard to hear, but let's see if we can get, yeah. Do you see how it's got that matte finish on it? Really nice deck. Really nice box too. It's in a hardcover box. And this is by Hay House. So I'm kind of surprised at how well this little tarot is. Not that Hay House, like, whatever. As a matter of fact, I just ordered a couple of decks that were on sale from Hay House today. I'm curious to see, it's 2 more tarot. I'm curious to see how they stand up and do kind of this, because I'm so used to seeing Hay House in, like, Oracle form, bigger boxes. But this is really well done. Really well done. What's up next? Oh my gosh. Let's talk about an Etsy deck right now. This deck right here. This, I think I have, hold on. I had the box put up. This is the box that it came in. This is the Moon Magic deck by Dark Forest. Just a plain, simple little tuck box. I don't know what it has in here. Oh, it's got tarot cards, Dark Forest. I think this is just kind of like a basic, now don't quote me, but because it's just like tarot cards, Dark Forest, I feel like this is almost like a universal guidebook. So it's not, it doesn't appear to be deck specific. Let me see. Let me not lie. So I'm not quite sure if this is like, they have a couple of spreads in here. Oh, I didn't talk about that. Pause. Wait. I do also want to talk about this. I haven't finished reading it yet, so just like, hey, flashback. Listen, if you come here for continuity and professionalism, you're in the wrong spot. Okay. You can see already, I got my little tabs here. This little guidebook, so freaking good. So good. No bells and whistles. There's no real imagery with the cards. It is just like 9 of Wands. Excuse me. There's some key phrases that pop up every once in a while that are superb. Like, for example, let's see what I have right here. For the Fool, they say, this is by Charlie Claire Burgess. And they say, don't be afraid of what you don't know. That's what's truly foolish. Have trust. Take the leap. I love that. Don't be afraid of what you don't know. Love that. It's like the Magician. The Magician says, if it excites you, do it anyway. Be curious, be weird, be original, be individual. When you're the Magician, there's no comparison because there is no other. There's only you. Singular as an upraised wand. So freaking good. Just such a beautiful way of writing. Almost poetic. And I think that's what really gets me about that. Anyway, I forgot to talk about that. So thus far I'm really loving that, but I haven't finished reading it. This, on the other hand, seems very basic. Literally like 4 of Cups, upright, refusing to make a decision, stagnant, missed opportunities, then reversed, gratitude, clear head. So it's very, very basic. They have a couple of spreads in here. Again, super basics. Not that that's a bad thing, but it's just a little basic one. They did a really great job decorating this little box. Anyway, but it also came in this little bag, or maybe I opted for the box in the bag. Honestly, I don't remember. It's just one of those little like bouncy string ones. that has this little image on it here. But y'all, I love these cards. Look at this. Look at that. These are so cool. And it feels like cardboard. It feels like cardstock, like thick cardstock. You can see the printed, it's not matte, but like this you can tell. Okay, if you've ever printed with like a laser printer on cardstock, that's what this is like, but it feels really good in the hand. And I love, come on baby. Come on. But I love the way the backs look. It's got like the star card. But this is another very simple, basic, not very people-y kind of deck. I'm just here for it. This also came with, this one I also got, I almost forgot. I also got it with the tarot cloth that came with it, which is really nice. It's really well done. It looks like, I guess it's like polyester with kind of like a sublimated printed, I'm assuming. That's just an assumption. But just to kind of give you an idea of what it kind of feels like. But it is a good fabric. Very pretty. Anyway. This is the Queen. Hello. There we go. So you can see, look at that, how beautiful. I don't know, I love the tones, I love the colors. It's like having a simple RWS, and that really excited me. Like, look at this Empress. Everything is kind of very simple, but easy to understand. We're minus all the peoples, so it feels, I don't know, it feels like you can put yourself in it no matter what. And I really love that. Now, will this cardstock hold up to the test of time? I don't know. I think it will. It moves really well. Will there be a bow in it? There might be a bow. You're probably gonna make a bit of a bow the more you shuffle, just because of the type of cardstock. But honestly, I love the feel of it because it feels textile in your hands, you know? It's got this texture to it. And I really enjoy it. It caught my attention right away, and so I didn't know what to expect. And when I got the cards in my hands and I noticed that it's like, it feels like craft paper, I'm like, yes. So good. So good. Up next, let's talk about the Guiding Light Tarot. So I really like the aesthetic look of this. This is a Debray. You can find this on Amazon. I'm going to link all this stuff down below, by the way. It's got a really durable box that has like, what are those called? Magnets. Wow. It's got magnets. You can really see them prominently here. All this holographicness continues, y'all. I think it's like one of my favorite parts of the deck. Look at that. But it's not sticky. It's not clumpy. It doesn't stick together. I like it. I really do like it. This is by Victoria Ivanova. I hope that's how you say her name. We have our little guidebook. Again, this is kind of a, I mean, I say it's kind of basic. I mean, it shows all the cards. But it says, based on the tarot interpretations of Arthur Edward Waite, modified, expanded, and edited by Philip Young, PhD. But it does show the artist's vision. I think it is kind of like basic, but you also get a word from the artist. Not particularly about what you're looking at. For example, for the sun, okay, the artist's vision says the highest level of consciousness, decisive steps, and self-realization. So it's what the artist used, kind of, to base their artwork on it, I'm assuming. That's what I got out of it. But this is a pip deck. It is very glossy, but check out these backs. Again, more of that holographic vibe. But this deck is in a very liminal space to me. That's what it feels like. There's a lot of pointy edges, but there's a lot of mist. Things are sort of obscured. Perfect example. Okay, so this is I hope I'm not getting too close. The Two of Swords. And you can see one is almost obscured up here. Do you see that mist that hangs around? I don't know what it is about it that makes it feel like you are almost in, like, not the upside down of Stranger Things, right? But like, sort of. That idea of being in a different space, of a liminal space. Only this one is like kind of gray and foggy versus like dark and black, right? Or like mimicked. There are these sleek characters. This kind of almost see-through body styles. Very pointy. Again, we have swords. Let me show you the wands. The wands have these, like, I call them like feathery mohawks everywhere. Look at that. So cool, right? There's that sun card. Look at this wheel. Like, it's kind of creepy, but in that liminal space, right? Because look at these hooded figures. A lot of the majors are hooded. That's the Hierophant. You can't see any faces. They're all kind of misty, glowy. You can see right now. It's like all musculature. There's no real, like, people. It's just kind of like an idea. Like, I almost want to say, like, what is it? Hellraiser-esque? But not. Maybe. But, like, I want to come close here. Look, there is even, like, pointy ears. Do you see? So it definitely has a feeling of mysticism to it. Here's our world, which is just kind of, like, open. Love this. Can you see it up close? I know it's so hard. You can, like, see all my light. It catches all my light. But there's, like, the skeletal and the muscular. It's so good. The Hanged Man. So while I understand this is probably not one for everyone, especially with the pips and all the points and stuff like that, but I found it really, oh, the moon, the moon, the moon. I found it a really good reader. And you know, I use this again for my Mystic fam, and I found that it really does well in the same way that I thought it would. Because when I first got this deck, I opened it with them. And I feel like it's made, quote unquote, I guess, like made. So when I opened this with my Mystic fam, I said, I'm like, wow, this really feels like a deck to use when you have something kind of in the esoteric realm, something in liminal spaces like soul work, guidance, life path type stuff, metaphysical things that you're questioning or asking about. And I've used it a lot for that, and I have to say it's probably my favorite way to use this deck. Excuse me. Let me take a sip. Excuse me. I feel like it's my favorite way to use this deck so far. I've tried it in a few different ways, but this feels very niche to me. Not that it can't be used for other stuff. I'm not saying that. But for my practice personally, I feel like that's where this is going to be. As of right now, I am really enjoying it. Is it a forever deck? I'm gonna be honest, I don't know for sure because it is so specific, and I have a tendency, I mean, I say that. I was like, I have a tendency to like not keep stuff that's like hyper specific, but in other ways, I do, because like when I need that energy, I need that specific energy. And I'm trying to think of something that kind of compares. I guess I would say maybe like a fountain tarot. However, this still feels like a different space. I don't think I have anything that brings me to a space like this. But no, not really. I don't think I have anything. Like, honestly, thinking about it, unless I'm missing something, I don't think I have anything that brings me to a space like this. I find it very interesting. So I do want to continue to work with this. As you can tell, I'm like in a pip place right now. That could be all of my playing card studies and things like that that have me wanting a more pip style reader. Even though I read playing cards and tarot completely different. I just feel like right now I'm kind of going towards those simpler, less situational pips in a lot of ways. I mean, all the ones I've shown you today thus far have been that way. But the next one, the last one that I'm going to show, has not been. And that is this beautiful deck right here! The Slavic Legends Tarot. Can we talk about this most amazing, look at this, it even like comes in this most amazing box. I love this box. Oh my goodness, it feels so good. Only thing I'm really bummed about is the fact that like I chose my backs and my gilding, but I didn't realize that it wasn't going to be the same like rose petally finish on this one, and I'm kind of bummed. But that's my own fault. That's my own fault. So we have this like just really beautiful deck. Look at this. I'm trying to like hide my eyes. It's like really finding my eyes and really wanting to say. Do you see that like shimmer? Again, no stickiness, but these are some thin and flimsy cards, and I'm kind of bummed because they're gloss. Well, they're not glossy, but they're definitely not matte. They're like a standard card, I guess. Yeah, I wouldn't really call it super glossy, but these are the backs that I chose. I love these backs. I didn't care for the blue backs because I didn't feel like it like corresponded with the vibe, but I think that's the ones that have the rose petal finish. Don't quote me. I didn't obviously read enough. But so I'm not super excited about the cardstock, but I am super excited about the deck because it's so beautiful. And I would love to know more about some of these myths that are portrayed. There are some that I recognize from my work with the Moonlight Tarot, as well as the Fairy Tale Tarot, the Baba Studios. I've been reading a lot of Slavic tales and things like that, and it's so intriguing. I love the stories. And it's got Baba Yaga as the chariot, which is, it sold me on the deck. And there, like I said, there are some that I am familiar with, but there's a lot that I'm not, and I really want to learn more about it. I just find it so interesting. Look at how beautiful this is. Oh my gosh, the lovers. I realize I'm like putting this under the, but I'm trying to avoid that. You see my light? That's my fan on, so. They're so intricate and so beautiful. Look at this. I love the depictions of crone energy in here. Masculine, feminine. Look at that, how beautiful. And then look at this. This is our knight. Isn't that beautiful? Like, they set really beautiful scenes. It feels very grounded and earthy and vibrant. So anyway, it feels very earthy, but also very powerful and very story driven. Like, I learned last night that the star is the tale of the two sister rivers, which I thought was amazing. And it worked so well with the reading that was given. This beautiful ace here, the world. We have below, above. You see, it's so earthy and like, I don't know, it's like really steeped. And there are some instances, like the background of this one looks like straight up watercolor paper. And I love that look. I love it. This High Priestess. Anyway, there's so much detail. And the imagery is so finely crafted. It's that intricate detail that just really catches me every single time. Every single time. Look at that. And that's what really intrigued me about this deck. So I'm kind of upset with the cardstock that I chose. But I'm definitely not upset with the deck. Do you see me like bending? I have a slight bend in mine. I have a slight bend. It could be from the way that I shuffle. That's always possible. Because I'm rough when I shuffle. But I don't think that's such a big deal. I'm gonna put it maybe by the humidifier and just kind of let it hang out. But like, if you would see my Mystic Masters, my second edition, the linen cardstock, I have a huge bow in it. I think it's a lot of just the way that I shuffle that I have a tendency to put that in there. Some just hold up to it better than others. So I don't know how great my cardstock is gonna last for this one. But I mean, I do try to keep everything kind of intact, so we'll see. But anyway, this is the stuff that I've been using this month and what's been coming in and what I'm getting to know. If you'd like to know more, if you want a walkthrough of any of these, please let me know down in the comments below. But if you're looking for me, all of my links are going to be down below, as well as all of the links to the tarot that I showed today. But you can also find 3 Fat Readers, you can find my shop and how to book a reading. Everything is on danimystic.com now. You can also find links to how to join the Mystic fam. So definitely check those out down below. And I will talk to you all very soon. I'm sending you all my love. Mwah! Later, Gators.